Donald Trump is in trouble now that the Democrats in the US have forced President Joe Biden to drop out of the November election and in a palace coup replace him with his Vice President Kamala Harris, who may be a lightweight but she's getting huge money behind her. Now, some of that support she's getting should actually scare voters because it's exactly the kind of identity politics and divisive new racism of the left. For instance, Harris has just had $8.5 million US raised for her during a Zoom meeting of 160,000 women called White Women for Kamala Harris. There's 160,000 Karens. There's also been a meeting of Black Women for Kamala and a fundraiser from Win with Black Men for Kamala Harris, although that just raised $1 million. Coming up is a meeting of white dudes for Kamala. Seriously. Joining me is writer, broadcaster and author Esther Krakue. Esther, does America need that kind of racial divisions where black women campaign separately from white women who campaign separately from black men who campaign separately from white men, all for Kamala Harris?
Well, the thing is, this is one of those things that's going to backfire, I suspect, because it's just going to signal to the American people that this is what a Kamala Harris presidency will look like. Look, I've often said that if they do find a way to wrestle Biden from his current position as, well, former position as the Democrats nominee, the new candidate will have like sort of a honeymoon phase, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. You know, Kamala's basically secured the nomination and she's having all this money pouring in. But 4 months is a long time. And there are loads of things about Kamala Harris that should concern people, because if she was actually a durable candidate, they would have made her the nominee years ago when Biden's cognitive decline was becoming more obvious. You know, she's failed on the border, which many Americans are taking quite personally. There are many demographics that she still has to try and wrestle away from Donald Trump, particularly Hispanic votes in swing states like Arizona. And she's just not the kind of female candidate that you would expect. If you look at, you know, women around the world that have managed to become presidents or prime ministers, they're more serious, they're more charming, they don't have cackling laughs. You know, to Obama's credit, he was more than just a mixed race man. He was actually quite a charming man. Kamala Harris is just weird and inexperienced in cackling, and she's not a very strong political candidate. And so the Democrats are trying to make this honeymoon phase last as long as possible. And by doing things like white men for Kamala, unfortunately, it's a strategy that's going to backfire on them. In the 4 months, I suspect a lot more is going to come about Kamala's problematic politics that will hurt her in the long term. And people are just going to say, actually, you know what, whatever I think about Trump, I think my life was a lot better under his presidency than certainly Biden and most likely a Kamala Harris presidency.
I must say, I agree with you there. I think Kamala Harris potently very, very dangerous for Donald Trump. But in the last week, I think she's been campaigning as if she's got to win the primary, she's got to win the base when she has to win, you know, with appeals to the left, when she's got to win the middle. But we shall see. As you say, 4 months, long time.